everyone, welcome back to Bandit TME and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. Alright, we are on the hunt to find Stella and Gretchen, wherever they may be. They're definitely not home, and they haven't gone, well, most other places, so I guess we have some big investigating to do. So go ahead and grab yourself something cozy and let's get into it. Ooh, December 19th. It's been a minute. Alright. The bells at the general store chime welcoming as the three of you enter. Kanika, there you are. You were supposed to stay in bed today, remember? And hello... Oh. Hold on. And hello, you too. Hope you both recovered from last night's fiasco. Sorry, Mom, it's just that Stella's missing, and Stella can take care of herself, unlike you. You need bed rest and lots of fluids. You don't need to go running around town spreading that cold of yours. Go on, get to bed. I'll be up in a minute for more tea. I thought you had some kind of important thing to talk to Amanda about. I'm really feeling okay. I want to hear what you have to say to her. I'll just be doing a tea reading. Haven't those always bored you to tears? Okay, you're right. I'm not feeling well. I should really lie down. Bye, Amanda. Kanika turns and heads towards the stairs without saying another word. Good thing Kanika has her mom looking out for her. She seems so tired today, and you'll probably be able to find Stella without her. And I'm sorry to be a bad host, Avery, but I was hoping Amanda and I could do our reading in private. I'm sure Winnie needs help at the diner. Aw, you're right. I've totally left her on her own today. Fine by me. I wouldn't want to mess with your tea vibes. I'm sure those leaves are very particular. Oh, but before I go, I did want to ask, are you a witch? Avery does not beat around the bush. As flattered as I am to think that you think I'm magical, I'm just an old lady who likes tea and has a few unusual hobbies. Look, I'm just saying, doing stuff like reading tea leaves is pretty witchy as far as I'm concerned, but I won't push it. Though, just so you know, if you are a witch, you can totally tell us. We'd be cool about it. I'll leave you all to your not supernatural private tea leaf reading. We'll catch up tomorrow, Amanda. They make their way out of the general store, disappearing down the street and in the direction of the diner. Shall we? Sybil motions towards the tea room. Follow Sybil. Please have a seat. I'll bring you a fresh cup. You take a seat at the small table at the edge of the room. It's dark here. Only a sliver of sunlight is able to filter through the heavy curtains, supplemented by the bright grow lights over the plants in the corner. Sybil joins you at the table and places a cup in front of you. It smells light and citrusy, with an undercurrent of decaying earth. It's the same tea you sampled with Avery at the diner on Tuesday. I'll be able to do a reading once you're done. Until then, how about we just chat? Okay, so these are all exploratory. The other day you promised to tell me, what was it? Unsavory tales? My mom's youth? I most certainly did, though I might have been exaggerating a bit for dramatic effect. I'm prone to do that. In a town this size, you get to know everybody, no matter what the age difference might be. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't good to her. Pearl Ann was a lot like her great-grandmother, Edwardine, which is to say, she was not a very kind woman. Similar to Tabitha, but with more social graces and considerably more hatred for her fellow man. Oof. But your mother wasn't a shrinking violet either. She was just as stubborn as any Scarlet, so her family choosing her as their punching bag made her quite the rebel. Why were Pearl Ann and my mom raised by Edward Dean? What happened to their mother? Their entry into this world was violent, I'm afraid. Their mother was young, too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. She didn't survive the labor. Ooh. I feel like I know a lot about the women in my family, but what about the men? Did they even exist? I suppose they just haven't been very noteworthy since Edward Dean took over the mines. Her husband died a long time ago, and to be quite honest, I can't even recall his name. Might have been Stuart or something just forgettable. From what Vivian said, her father was some teenage fling that ended once your grandmother found out she was pregnant. I'm fairly certain it was similar to Vivian, though. She was much older. I believe she was the one who ended it, with skipping town and all. What do you know about my grandma? I'm afraid there isn't much I can tell you. I think there were two in that generation. The eldest died when the girls were still children. Edward Dean never spoke about them, nor did your mother. I don't know, this has a little bit of a, Edith Finch vibe, this conversation. What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? She came to me for advice. She was distraught. Guys, this jazzy tech in the background. It was like she had been handed a death sentence. Maybe it was fear from what happened to her own mother. Maybe it was something else. But she seemed convinced she was in danger. Tabitha had already been born by then, of course, but she was born in wedlock, so I assumed your mother's worries had something to do with religion. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious as far as I knew. But the way Vivian was that night, she came to me, it stuck in my mind. It always had me wondering what it was about your family that made her panic so much at the thought of having a baby. So how did you wind up in Scarlet Hollow? Oh, my family's been in these hills for a long time. That's how I know so much of the local flora. Everything I've learned was handed down from generations of hill folk. Very cool. There hasn't been a reliable doctor up here, especially not one most folks could afford. They had to figure out their own medicine. Okay, I don't think that these two, more aggressive options is going to get us anywhere. Let's just sip our tea. Tea rating. You take the tea, sipping it delicately. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with the earthiness at its core, like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. But the aftertaste combines the two flavors into something soothing and medicinal, and you find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. Let's just finish the tea. You close your eyes and take another sip, then another. It's delightful. I feel like with our near-death experience, just being crazy to this really nice older woman is not the way to go about things. The tea is gone before you know it. The small cup empty, save for what's left of rehydrated leaves coating the bottom. Unless you're mistaken, the tea has also helped with your condition, at least a little bit. You still feel aged and worn, but you're a little less tired and a little mentally sharper than you were a few minutes ago. Oh, good. Glad you found the tea palatable enough to drink. It should do you some good. It's one of my more medicinal blends. Now, on to business. Sybil takes the cup from you, staring thoughtfully down at the sludge. Oh dear, this doesn't bode well at all. You've got just about every warning that can fit into the bottom of a cup. Cross, kettle, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, difficulty, and the hourglass ties it all together with definite urgency. It's fair to assume that all this has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But we may, at the very least, be able to figure out what it is. And there's a central figure here, a cat, an enemy lurking in plain sight. Oh no, not the cat! Oh, the cat's gotta be Pixel, or maybe it's Frou-Frou. Those are the two cats I know. The cat, dear, the cat isn't a literal cat. Like I said, it's a symbol for an enemy lurking in plain sight. Probably a human enemy, almost certainly not a cat. You don't have to figure out the answers right now. It often takes time for the mind to connect the dots. Just be on guard and keep vigilant that someone close to you isn't to be trusted. I don't know, I feel like there's quite a few players. We know from the ditchlings that something terrible is coming your way, and it's likely that it's connected to some hidden enemy. Perhaps we can try to counteract whatever might be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, those stones, carvings, seals, whatever you call them, I think it's likely they have something to do with this. Until the cat reveals itself, it seems like your best course of action is to seek these carvings out, piece together what you can from your visions, and arm yourself with information. Have you sensed any others around town? Do you think you might be able to find another? Your thoughts drift to that door yesterday, the one that seemed to draw you in, urging you deeper into the clinic. Even just remembering it is enough to tug at you, compelling you to return and open it to see what's on the other side. You can find Stella later. Maybe you can even find her there. What's important now is finally seeing what's hidden in the clinic. You didn't get all this from tea leaves. Of course she didn't. She's smart. She knows how to deduce things from the leaves. Of course not. Tea leaves are merely a guide. Sometimes they can help confirm suspicions or fill in where my intuition falls short. My family has lived in these hills a long time, as has yours. I know the Scarlets have secrets. I know Vivian was scared for you, but your place in all of this is something we have yet to figure out. And that's where little tricks like leaves come in handy. But we shouldn't digress. You do know where you might find the next stone? I think I felt another in the clinic. That's good. If you can find your way inside and uncover another stone, that could give you a leg up on your adversary. You'll just have to be careful to avoid the doctor. Something tells me she won't take too kindly to you sniffing around her clinic. If I recall correctly, there's a hill that'll take you nearly all the way to the second story, if she never locks any of the doors up there. Just in case that's helpful information. I think that's all the help I can offer. I hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it just brought up more questions than giving any clearer answers. Thanks, I'll let you know if I find anything. I feel like we've already lost so much of our life, we might as well prevent other bad things from happening if we can. Glad to hear it. I hope all goes well, and I wish you luck. Hopefully you won't need it. Thank you again for humoring an old lady and stopping by for a chat. With a small grunt effort, Sybil gets up from the table, and you're escorted back to the door. I really hope it's not Sybil. I like her. And remember, be careful who you put your trust in. According to your tea, the cat is getting ready to pounce, and merely being ready for it might not be enough. Sybil closes the door to the tea room. The bells of its door strangely flat in the stale air of the nearly empty general store. Let's check in on Kanika. You're not going anywhere before checking on Kanika. You make your way upstairs. You're not, yeah. Mom, I really don't need any more tea. I think I'm just gonna lie down for a while. I'm not your mom. Oh, Amanda, what's up? I'm going to the clinic. I was hoping you would join me. Sorry, Amanda. My mom was right. I'm exhausted. I probably shouldn't push it, or I'll wind up worse off tomorrow. It looks like you're on your own. You make your way out of the general store and down the road to the clinic. You make your way up the familiar hill, past rows of ragged houses that make up Scarlet Hollow's residential area. Ooh, that is ominous. It isn't long before you find yourself outside of Dr. Kelly's clinic, its secrets enticing you to find a way in. Even at the bottom of the hill, you can already feel the presence. It's like a magnet has been fixed to your ribcage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you towards whatever emits this compulsive frequency. You can see the hill Sybil was talking about, wrapped around the back of the old hospital like a stone blanket. It should take you directly up the second floor and the unlocked doors of the terrace. As soon as you finish your thought about jumping onto the terrace, a dull throb sets in your knees. There's no way you're doing that. We got a little friend. Come on up, baby. Hi. Go ahead, Bean, settle in. As soon as you finish your thought about jumping onto a terrace, a dull throb sets into your knees. There's no way you're doing that. Just go in through the clinic door. It's a doctor's office, not Fort Knox. Why would the clinic door even be locked? You carefully make your way up the old wooden stairs of the clinic's wraparound porch, avoiding any suspiciously creaky-looking steps. You push the door open slowly, just enough for you to slip in, but not enough to risk any sound from the door's ancient hinges. You can see the doc at the desk and some room down the hall. She hasn't noticed you. You shut the door silently, watching her closely. You're in the clinic, free to explore as you please. Or rather, you're free to explore as you please. Alright, ma'am. It's just my pull, and you can chew on that all you want. You feel that odd sensation, the nagging pull of whatever was that wanted you to find it. You've been caught by its gravity, an overwhelming curiosity guiding you around a corner and towards a dark hallway under the stairs. It's been left ajar, as if inviting you to enter. Let's turn on the lights. Oh, holy shit. The light clicks on. You're in the morgue. Amanda? He squints, seeming unsure whether you're the same person he met yesterday. What are you doing in the morgue? You haven't seen Stella around, have you? She's been missing since last night. Alrighty. No, I don't have treaties. I haven't. Did you think you'd find her in the morgue? His words seem distant to you. The tugging is strong down here. You must feel yourself slipping into a trance, and your eyes wander to the back walls of the morgue.
Amanda, take your medicine.
You need to see what's back there. Follow the pull. You touch the wall. It feels disappointingly solid under your palms. Hey, are you okay? You feel Reese's hand gently shake your shoulder for a moment. The thing on the other side of the wall, the blank white wall, loosens its pull on you. You kind of looked possessed for a second there. You good? Make him understand. Let's just be frank. The stone carving is on the other side of this wall and you need to see it. Reese glances back at the wall. You're really serious, aren't you? This is probably a bad idea. I guess she got bored. Oh, this episode's gonna be crazy. The breathing is creepy. You really need to get in there. I'm pretty sure there's an emergency axe somewhere upstairs. I just need to get the doc out of our hair. Should take 2 seconds. Get the doc out of our hair? Yeah, if I say I'm sick and need something, she'll drop whatever she's doing and do it for me. Surefire way to get her out of the house. And most of the time it's true anyway. I'm not gonna say anything. Yes, please. Axe now. Wow, you're super desperate about this wall. Be back. He strides past you, his long legs moving swiftly. He seemed excited, his usual dour demeanor replaced with an uncharacteristic pep when faced with the prospect of sneaking around and tearing down walls. You hear his soft voice filtering through the open doorway at the top of the stairs, a hoarse and sickly edge added for effect as he speaks to his mother. Hey, Mom? He coughs gently. Reese, I didn't know you were awake. I still feel like shit, but I think I can finally try some juice to keep some juice down. It looks like we're all out though. Really? I thought I'd just pick some up. I've got an errand to run on Main Street anyway. I'll go pick up some orange juice and some ginger ale too. That would be awesome. Sorry to ask. I know you're probably busy. It's no problem. It doesn't take long. Don't do anything too strenuous while I'm gone. Just lie in bed until I get back. Thanks, Mom. I'll take it easy. You hear footsteps move down the hall, then the front door opening and closing. It worked! The theatric rasp has left his voice, excitement rising in its place. Come on, we don't have long until she's back. As you step out of the morgue, you relax. The extra space between you and the carving has weakened its hold on you, and with it, your desperation to claw your way through the wall and unveil it. It's one of those emergency fire axes, so it should be pretty obvious wherever it is, though I'm not sure where she has been keeping it. I'll show you around. Let's try the doc's office first. You make your way through the doorway of her now vacant office. I don't see an X in here. He's right. A cursory glance reveals nothing but stacks of paper and cabinets of medical supplies. But something on the desk catches your eye. Some sort of records with your family's name on them. Pick it up! You scoop up the folder, tucking the documents in for later perusal. Reese watches you with curiosity. Stealing medical documents? If my family is going to keep secrets from me, I better learn what I can. Totally. Steal anything you need. You've got a mystery to solve. I'm not going to stand in the way. Let's check the medical supply room. I can imagine a room full of chemicals being a place someone might want to keep an axe. Better be careful stealing stuff in there, though. That might really get you into trouble. You turn around and leave the office. It's time to move on. The medical supply room is going to be a good bet. A fire axe seems like something that might be useful in a room full of chemicals. It's just down the hall. There it is. Looks like it needs a key, though. We better not break the glass. I'd rather explain why I have to steal the axe after we have a chance to use it. There might be a key in here somewhere. Reese stops to listen to something. You can hear it too, but ever so faintly. The sound of footsteps just outside the clinic. Shit, she's back already. The front to the clinic door opens, and the creak of its antique hinges echoing down the hallway. Footsteps start down the hall. She's headed this way. Quick, we gotta hide. I'm not supposed to be in here. He opens the door and hurriedly motions you inside. You slip past him, scrunching into a small space as best you can. He attempts to slide in after you. You just let him in. You make space and he slips in next to you, closing the door just enough that you both can still monitor the entrance to the supply room. Dr. Kelly storms in, plastic bag in tow. She takes something out of the bag and places it on the counter. And then she hurries back out, bag rustling, as she makes her way back down the hallway. We better wait a second just in case. Let's quietly wait for the danger to pass. The two of you stand in tense silence, both crammed into the suffocating closet, taking shallow breaths as if she could hear you breathing from the other side of the building. But the footsteps soon return. Dr. Kelly makes her way back towards your hiding place, creaking floorboards broadcasting her location all the way to the hallway just outside your hiding spot. His head swivels suddenly. That was the door to the house. We're in the clear. Let's go. The two of you spill out of the closet. Ooh, what's that? Reese quickly and quietly starts pulling out drawers, scanning them for keys. Investigate the weird plant Dr. Kelly left behind. The strange sprig of fuzzy fruits draws your eyes. You step forward to take a closer look. It looks out of place on the sterile steel countertop, its broad, 8-pronged leaf already wilting in the unnatural lighting. Your thoughts are interrupted by the jingling of keys. Sweet, found them. Oh my goodness. I think we might have to have a play break after this. And they're color-coded. Too easy. Reese unlocks the cabinet and offers you the fire axe. Here's your axe. He hands you the axe, then pauses, realizing you've been poring over the weird little plant. Oh my goodness. Somebody woke up with a little bit of vim and vigor today. Yeah? Yeah? That's weird. Does she make her own medicines? She's not a pharmacist. I don't think she's supposed to do that. This is just supposed to be where she stores medicine she orders from a pharmacist over in Brevard. He picks up the plant. Weird little alien fruit. It's got to be medicinal, right? There could be information about it around here. Let's snoop. We have the keys. Let's do it. He starts unlocking drawers. Medical supplies, name brand meds. He pauses at the next drawer. Mysterious unlabeled notebook. It's about me. There's stuff in here from when I was like 12. Some kind of diary or medical history or both, I guess. What the hell is this? Something about another episode? I'm guessing she's referring to one of my rough nights. Oh, here we are. There's some illustrations. He glances to the strange plant on the countertop. It's that. She uses that to make my medicine. Extracting by boiling berries. Great. She doesn't say what the berries are or what she's extracting. Leaving out names? Real suspicious. Sounds like something someone would do if they didn't want much of a paper trail. But why would you and Reese jerk your heads to the sound of an opening door? The doctor is in. Shit. That was the front door from the house. We've got to run. You follow Reese's instructions once again, starting down the basement stairs, letting the pull of the stone carving guide you back through the morgue. Dr. Kelly's voice filters down from above. I was right. We already did have juice. I was just in the back of the fridge, but there's no harm in having extra. What are you doing in the clinic? I told you to go rest. Oh, I'm just gonna chill in the morgue. I got my speakers, so if you hear some weird sounds, that's just my music. I'll be sure to put in earplugs to drown out all that industrial clanging you listen to. You know I'm not the biggest fan of you spending time down here. It can't be good for your mental health to hang out in a refrigerator for corpses. Do you at least have a blanket this time? Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just a change of scenery. My room feels too claustrophobic right now. Okay, I'll let you know when it's time for dinner. You hear the door at the top of the stairs close and the sound of Reese descending the stairs to join you in the fluorescent lit room below. Hey. You listen to music that sounds like a wall being broken down? No. I should warn you, something spooky might happen when we break down that wall. Reese smiles. Good. Feel like I've been missing out a lot lately. Stop asking questions. It's time to see what's on the other side of the wall. Let's do this. I'd like to do the honors if you don't mind. I've got some confused and angry feelings I'd like to express. Reese takes the axe from you and approaches the wall. And that is where we're going to save it for next time. Besides, I believe somebody needs some playtime. So, alrighty. Alright, thank you so much. This is getting really good and really creepy, but my feelings about like maybe the mom having like Munchausen's by proxy, or maybe I don't know, maybe she's familiar with the local medicines too and she's using her own son as experiments. I don't know. It seems really messed up though. Alrighty guys, until next time, take care and happy zipping.